Deuteronomy Chapter 32. Hear, O heavens, and I will speak. Listen, O earth, to the words from my mouth. Let my teaching fall like rain, and my speech condense like dew, like gentle rain on new grass, like showers on tender plants. For I will proclaim the name of the Lord. Ascribe greatness to our God. The rock, his work is perfect, all his ways are just. A faithful God without bias, he is righteous and true. They have acted corruptly toward him. They are not his children, but a devious and crooked generation. Is this how you repay the Lord, O foolish and senseless people? Is he not your Father and Creator? Has he not made you and established you? Remember the days of old, consider the years long past. Ask your father, and he will inform you, your elders, and they will tell you. When the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, and divided the human race, he set the boundaries of the peoples according to the number of the sons of God. But the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob his allotted inheritance. He found him in a desert land, in a barren, howling wilderness. He surrounded him, cared for him, and guarded him as the apple of his eye. Like an eagle stirs up its nest and hovers over its young, spreading its wings to catch them and carry them on its pinions. The Lord alone led him, with no foreign god. He made him ride on the heights of the land and fed him the produce of the field. He nourished him with honey from the rock and oil from the flinty crag. With curds of cattle and milk from his flock, with the fat of lambs and rams of Bashan, with the choicest grains of wheat. From the juice of the finest grapes you drank the wine. But Jeshurun grew fat and kicked, filled with food, they became heavy and sleek. They abandoned the God who made them and scorned the rock of their salvation. They provoked his jealousy with foreign gods, they enraged him with abominations. They sacrificed to demons, not God, to gods they had not known, to newly arrived gods, which your fathers did not fear. You ignored the rock who brought you forth, you forgot the God who gave you birth. When the Lord saw this, he rejected them, provoked to anger by his sons and daughters. He said, I will hide my face from them, I will see what will become of them. For they are a perverse generation, children of unfaithfulness. They have provoked my jealousy with their false gods, they have enraged me with their worthless idols. So I will provoke their jealousy with an inferior people, I will enrage them with a foolish nation. For a fire has been kindled by my anger, and it burns to the depths of Sheol, it consumes the earth and its produce, and scorches the foundations of the mountains. I will heap calamities upon them and spend my arrows against them. They will be consumed by famine, ravaged by pestilence and bitter plague. I will send the fangs of wild beasts against them, with the venom of vipers that glide in the dust. Outside the sword will take their children, and inside their terror, both young men and young women, infants and the elderly. I would have said, I will cut them to pieces and blot out their memory from mankind. If I had not dreaded the taunt of the enemy, lest their adversaries misunderstand, lest they say, Our hand has triumphed, and the Lord has not done all this. For they are a nation devoid of counsel, with no understanding among them. If only they were wise, they would comprehend this, they would discern their future. How could one man pursue 1,000, or two put 10,000 to flight, unless their rock had sold them, unless the Lord had given them up? For their rock is not like our rock, even our enemies concede. For their vine is from the vine of Sodom, and from the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are poisonous, their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the venom of serpents, the deadly poison of cobras. Is this not stored up with me, sealed up in my vaults? Vengeance is mine, I will repay. In due time their foot will slip, for their day of disaster is near, and their doom is coming quickly. The Lord will judge his people and have compassion on his servants when he sees that their strength is gone, and no one remains slave or free. He will say, Where are their gods, the rock in which they took refuge? Who ate the fat of their sacrifices and drank the wine of their drink offerings? Let them rise up and help you, let them give you shelter. Know now that I am he, no God was formed before me, nor will there be one after me. Yes, I am the Lord, and there is no Savior but me. I bring death and I give life. I wound and I heal, and there is no one who can deliver from my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and declare, as surely as I live forever. When I sharpen my flashing sword, and my hand grasps it in judgment, I will take vengeance on my adversaries and repay those who hate me. I will make my arrows drunk with blood, while my sword devours flesh, the blood of the slain and captives, the heads of the enemy leaders. Rejoice, O heavens, with him, bow and worship to him, all you gods, for he will avenge the blood of his children. He will take vengeance on his adversaries and repay his enemies. He will cleanse his land and his people. Then Moses came and recited all the words of this song in the hearing of the people, he and Joshua son of Nun. When Moses had finished speaking all these words to all Israel, he said to them, Set your hearts on all the words I testify among you today, so that you may command your children to carefully follow all the words of this law. For they are not idle words to you, because they are your life, and by them you will live long in the land you are crossing the Jordan to possess. On that very day the Lord said to Moses, Go up this mountain of the Abarim range, Mount Nebo, which is in the land of Moab, across from Jericho, and view the land of Canaan, which I am giving the Israelites as their possession. You shall die on the mountain you ascend, and be gathered to your people, just as your brother Aaron died on Mount Hor and was gathered to his people. This is because both of you broke faith with me in the presence of the Israelites at the waters of Meribah Kadesh in the desert of Zin, and because you did not uphold my holiness among the Israelites. You may indeed see the land from a distance, but you shall not enter the land I am giving to the people of Israel.